Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Yuzul. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Yes, Parvati and Max are still mad with me over that whole gas incident, but we're back at Stellar Bay where we've got several things to deal with, hopefully none of which will involve having to shoot people, at least not immediately. So let's dump the combat armor and replace it with plus dialogue. Although, strictly speaking, that comes with a +5 dialogue on it. Anyway, I don't think any of my actual armor and clothing suits come with anything any better. So, you know what? We might just trade out for the bowler hat and pretty much leave it there. At least that way I still have some vaguely useful armor if things do go, completely, totally, and utterly sideways. Yeah, alright, let's head back inside and just see how badly wrong things have gone. Because, of course, there's the small matter of Agnes. We have to find that cake. We need to get the pills for our guide so she can take us to the information broker. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Hey, Tucker, how's it going?
Captain.
And Agnes, hi.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the Captain how grateful we are, Tuck-Tuck.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right?
Denial, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just a river in Egypt. Your son is a grown man. It's time you started treating him like one.
What a sour thing to say. My little boy will always need me. I'm his mama, you know.
Aha.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long talk.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save.
Aha.
But it's more than worth it to have my Tuck-Tuck home safe again.
You say that, but that's not how it's going to end. Good luck, Tuck-Tuck. Okay, so skills and perks, and obviously at this point we need to start dropping points. Unfortunately, we've got to the stage where, well, I can drop more points into hack. There we go, so that's 50'd everything out. And that pretty much covers my course, because I'm going to have to start specializing now, which means that this is not nearly so useful, unfortunately. On the bright side, I do have very high persuade and intimidate skills, mostly thanks to having Parvati along. She's useful. Alright, let's accept that. And then go for perks. What can I take? TTD, science, weapon damage. I still should try that mind control, eh? Headshot damage, interactable highlights. Better vendor buying prices. Yes, please. Money, money, money. That will do very nicely. Thank you very much. Okay, so what's next on the list? We need to get Nyoka's medicine. Although we'll do that before, well, after we do FS, because doing that will immediately unblock the main quest for Radio Free Monarch. So, next thing we need to tackle is to go find out what's up with Braxton and why he hasn't shown up for work at the cannery for a few days. It could be good, it could be bad, it might just be a hangover, he might be dead. You never know. Okay, I'm going with the option marked dead.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
Okay, what do we got?
If you've gotten stuck in an
Hello? Laura? I'm looking for salt can worker. Salt tuna worker, rather. Probably dead. In here? East.
Oh, sorry. Just spoke me, was all.
Parvati, how many dead bodies have you seen in the last 12 episodes? Well, 11 episodes of the live stream. This is episode 12. Alright, what happened? We have a couple of mag picks, a journal, left field tossball betting. Some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called the Mostly Colonists, who are presumably mostly losing. Let's see, what else have we got? So we're looking at tossball bets gone sour. Is that it? What's this? Several ragged outfits, all the same cut and colour, were stuffed into this suitcase. So was somebody planning to leave town? 17 bits there. Not much else to note. Somebody ransacked the place pretty thoroughly, though. What's this? A Magnum. Okay, that's just a weapon mod. Not sure why he had that. Okay, we're not going to get much else of note here. Vicar, anything to add?
Fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe.
That's just the blood, Parvati. That's just the blood. We'll talk later, though. Max?
I find myself marveling at the complex... Something vexing you, Captain?
Higher mathematics. Okay. I'll think it over and get back to you. Mostly the Fibonacci spiral. Right. So, we have got one betting slip, a corpse, and a guy who's skipped town at fairly high speed, presumably after he turned somebody else into a corpse. Or maybe not. Maybe the where we're dealing with is still in the area. And that isn't actually Braxton's apartment, so excuse me. We still have to sort out this whole business. Hi, Laura?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
I'm wearing 100 kilos of power armor. Also, have you seen Braxton?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Okay, relax. No one's in trouble. I just want to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand.
Uh-huh.
So maybe look for him there?
Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you.
Agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Yep, we're in agreement. Although, wait a minute, he was swiping antibiotics. You know, he might not be. Okay. Next job, therefore, is going to be either investigating left field tossball betting and also chasing down those pills. Okay, let's go check this betting slip. See who we can talk, or intimidate, or persuade into coughing up the goods. Literally, metaphorically, take your pick. Where's the betting shop? Here we are. Left field, tossball betting. Hey man, what can you tell me?
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games.
No, not really.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No.
No.
Glacial H Mammoths.
No. And I'm not here to chat about teams.
That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here. When our frequency's not too clogged up anyway. So, what can I do for you?
So I found this betting slip, and, well, the guy who owned the apartment I found him was dead. Any ideas what I found him besides, death, brutal murder, that kind of thing?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days.
And now you know.
I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Okay, what do his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits, dietary and otherwise.
Right.
Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter, other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
Like the mostly colonists, so who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games.
Aha!
They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Sounds plausible. Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Oh, don't worry. There's lots I can do. Plasma, bullets, melee, good talking to. Let's go and get their side of the story first, because, you know, there's always the possibility that it wasn't them.
Oh, it does work. I bought some muscles of action to cover up the
Then again, who are we kidding? They totally did it. But jumping to conclusions is bad. So, head behind the alleyway. Find the alleyway first. Hey, guys. Now, I'm just here to talk.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
I'm the heavily armed and armoured leader of a bunch of equally heavily armed and armoured people who just walked in here. Would you like to keep this civilized?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley.
Not anymore, it
We're
isn't.
already pissed by those crates to market.
Oh, is that what that smell was? Okay, fair enough. Well, let's just try. I'm pretty sure they killed Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof.
Oh, thank you
Not
for
that it's
admitting
any
it.
of your business.
I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
You've bullied people long enough. If you know what's good for you, you'll clear out and never come back. And I remind you that I am Sublight's VP of Aggressive Acquisition. Oh, wait, now that's what they call the delivery boy, isn't it?
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Absolutely right, it isn't. That may have caused me some trouble with Catherine, but you know what? I can live with that. She might not, but I can. No, nobody looking? No. Perfect. Yoink.
Okay, keep him quiet.
Thank you, Parvati. And we're good. Not sure there's anything else in here to swipe. And yay, we have a secret alleyway. All of our very own. It's just what we've always wanted. I really need to raise my life skill, don't I? So, Sanja will want to know about that, and it's dealt with. We can put that to one side. We also need to talk to Caleb at the yacht club. And actually, we do have another reason to go back here as well. Not only do we need to talk to Sanja about the murders, we need to talk to his assistant about the date, don't we? Celia, hi.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
He's up for it.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
I wasn't really... He likes you, just don't ask him for any discounts. That's probably the best way to put it.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon.
That's good.
Look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look.
Yep.
Anyhow, thank you.
You're welcome. And Sanja, hi.
You should know you're getting excellent reviews from across the company.
Oh, that's good. All the ones giving negative reviews are dead. Right, so Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
That's terrible. What happened?
Bad toss-ball bets, but don't worry, I ran the hooligans out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town.
I've
Yes.
been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them. Eventually.
But you didn't, and so Isaac's dead. Of course you would have.
Of course I would have.
Yes.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Why, thank you. Right, I got some questions about MSI in the good old days.
Well, it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Excellent, thank you. How did MSI get kicked off the board?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Aha! you initiated your own removal from the board.
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For
Go
many
on.
years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Yeah. And what happened?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
Yep, local
And
wildlife
as the
are
other
hungry.
corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward-thinking of you, but that doesn't explain why you're blockaded.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers.
Indeed.
Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
Quite so.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
That as well.
Ms. Holcomb is our endlessly optimistic crew hand. It's good for the captain's morale.
Oh,
Noble
yes.
thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
So you claimed ownership, and then the rest of the Halcyon board decided that since you owned it and they didn't, you weren't part of Halcyon Holdings anymore, and therefore they blockaded you. I think, maybe. Who's this us and we you keep talking about?
Oh, well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds, though none of them had the temperament to handle the paperwork.
Aha. Who are we talking about here? You're being cagey.
But I was keeping my tone flat and maintaining eye contact. You weren't supposed to notice I was avoiding the subject.
This is why you've never been good with presentations, sir.
She has a point.
Very well. Many, many years ago, Graham Bryant and I used to be collaborators, of sorts.
Of sorts. So he helped you make your case to the senior execs.
Indeed, for all the good it did. MSI's then leadership wasn't enthusiastic. They insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
And yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Congratulations.
With our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Wow, sore losers. Why would they do because if Monarch succeeds, everywhere else in the system starts pushing for this as well. That's low even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop.
All the way, Sanjar.
Everything we did
All
was
the
legal
way.
and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Funny how
I
that
do think there's
happens.
something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Well, so you used to work with Graham. Why not mention that earlier?
As far as I'm concerned, the less said about Graham, the better.
Ha.
Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. And we both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
Yeah, that's gonna cause a few disagreements. I can see why that would happen. What's the hazard clause, anyway?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
Except when
That's
you're abusing
exactly
it.
how the board describes it.
And they've invoked it on Monarch.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Yep. Yeah, I can go that. So you want back on the board.
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
Okay. They have treated you pretty badly, though.
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue.
But at what
Besides,
cost?
I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Uh-huh. Leverage? What kind of leverage?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is
Okay.
to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
In the same way as, say, tuberculosis?
What can I do for you?
Okay, also, I've met Grim.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Absolutely, he did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I've got to go. I need to go get you that Bolt 52, don't I? Add that to the list of things to do. So, Bolt 52 needs to be got. The commuter needs to have his parts returned. We need to get the passion pills for Nyoka. And aside from that, oh yes, we also need to convince Caleb to return to work. Okay, so passion pills and Herrick are next on the list. Right. Okay, there's the pharmacy. Our options at this point are probably going to be talking, intimidating, burglary, or purchase. Let's see what we end up going with. Abigail Edwards, you be the doc.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Why, thank you.
What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Well, I've been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your
Dr.
lucky
Feelgood.
friend, dearie?
Yeah, that's awkward. Actually, the pills are for me. Yay!
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents.
Oh,
Our
right.
reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Yes, it's absolutely shocking. Oh, that's just awful. Yes.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Well, this is where I get told a very loud no, isn't it? Nyoka?
Oh, her.
Yes,
It's
her.
none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
No, you love to pry. Okay, when can Nyoka get her next dose?
I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka tends to exhaust her supply rather quickly.
That's unfortunate.
Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you, but there's not much I can do.
Of course
Dr.
there isn't.
Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Wait, managed past tense? Okay, I thought you were in charge around here, Auntie. Sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Williams misplaced his.
Remind me, forgetful fellow, eh?
Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
That it does, yes. Where do I find this Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor
Oh.
man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Okay, don't tell me I'm going to have to go grave robbing. It'll be easier just to burgle the place. What's the flower of enlightenment, anyway?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties. Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie.
Of course you would. Okay, I guess I'll have to figure this out on my own.
Chin up, dearie.
Thank you, dearie. Terminal upstairs, you say? Terminal. Anybody looking? No? Right, employee login. Act 55, login Williams. Okay, hello there. Music for the soul. No, it really isn't. Right, what have we got? Patient records. Please enter the patient's records to view. Nyoka. Liver damage. Acid problem. Social withdrawal. There's on prolonged alcoholism. Increased caffeinoid allotment. There we go. Warning, caffeinoid. Storage is approaching critical levels. Resupply recommended. Okay. Also, please note the irritability, fatigue, uncontrollable bowel movements, nausea, and death. Error, patient logging not found. Excellent. Return to root data storage. E. Williams. Notes from experiments. What have we got here? Reactivism and pop you up. I had hypothesized experience cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. Okay. Milder dose once the heart palpitations subside. Bushberry extract and deliverol. Right. Okay, that was not what we'd call a success. Porcelone, triple dose. Yowzers. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what did him in. Also, A. Edwards, work in progress. 23,629 words. 146,307 words. Do we even want to look at this? Clinic of the Heart. I only bothered to read the first 2 lines of that, and I already know that we're heading into slash-fic territory. Okay. Okay, that's the exit. And, that's the good doctor's quarters. And, right. Don't mind me. Now then, can we check the dispensary allotments,
Hello
please?
again, dearie. What can I get you?
Perhaps you'd like to check caffeinoid for Naoka Ramnarim Wentworth III.
Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
I couldn't possibly comment. Don't worry, Auntie. I'm sure you've been busy.
My, but you are a doll. Here's Nyoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now.
Yes, she is.
Take care of yourself, dearie.
Oh, believe me, I always do. We can optionally search Dr. Winter's body if we're ever by the graveyard, but right now my priority is getting Nyoka sobered up so we can carry on with the main quest. And we also need to check the yacht club. Handily, Caleb and Nyoka are both in the yacht club, so that works out quite nicely. Who'd be Caleb, eh? Don't know why there's a lockpick in a toilet, but probably better that it's on the inside of the toilet than the outside. Has anyone seen Caleb? Caleb? Hello?
We don't get many outsiders.
A high-strength blockade will have effect. Here we are, the autoloaders. Caleb, hi.
New face, huh? You from Off-World?
Yep. Captain Yusril of the Unreliable. No one believes I'm Captain Hawthorne anyway.
Ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome.
Thank you.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
He's been reveling enough for you both already.
Yep, that he has. We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Well, she kind of wants you to go back to work. How long can you afford to miss work?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
Okay. Any suggestions to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better.
Maybe.
To blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
Go on. Rumors, eh?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits.
Aha!
So gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Right. Okay, so that's another angle. What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares.
You're on strike.
Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Yeah, what would be so bad that you walked off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Welcome to Union Relations, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we can lie to them. We can blackmail Velma. We can try to intimidate them back to work. Well, let's go and check out these rumors. That might give us an option, but first and foremost, let's sober Nyoka up.
Charmer, welcome back. Drink, chat, or business?
Business. Here are your pills.
The above?
That's an option. I've got your magic pills, by the way. These are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol.
On what time scale?
Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Those are some quick-acting pills. Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun.
Depends. Am I doing the hunting or...
The river will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer.
Right.
That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Okay. Max, wait on the ship. We need Nyoka for the moment.
Part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you.
Yep, welcome along.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude.
And for added
because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Well, congratulations. Now we get a nice suit of power armor so that you can make that mistake twice. Machine gun. And also a level 19 tremor cleaver. Handy. Right, let's armor her up and get her a helmet as well. Starting with... Yeah, we'll go with the full cranial helmet for her. And throw on... Where's the rest of my ordnance disposal stuff? Heavy construction gear, 38 armor's not bad. I think it might be the... Oh, no. Yep, that is actually the best armor set I've got. You have to admit, she might have some problems looking left or right, but her neck's very well protected. Okay. Next job. We need to speak about Caleb. If the stash were to go missing, he has to return to work, or he's been skimming out of that. All right, let's go for proof that the warehouse is being skimmed, which means the Saltuna warehouse, and that should be in here. Maybe. Hi there. I'm looking for your boss's office. Preferably without actually running into your boss or anyone else. Upstairs might be a good place to start. Oh, this looks promising. Hello! Here we are. Right, personal files. Please enter authorization. I need a hacker 55. I need Max to hack this, don't I? That's annoying. Right, return to root. Messages. To Hecht, the fishing tank 23 are a little lumpy. So this has let full batches rot. Okay. And to Hecht, seriously, where are you? You've missed 3 shifts. Right, we need to either find the access code or we need to, well, get 55 hacking. Oh, hang on a second, I'm being an idiot. Excuse me, stealth skills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also dump points in defense as well. Accept. Right, now that that's dealt with. Personal files. Bypass. Okay, what have we got? Ballard V. That's a supply contract. She has in fact been siphoning the money. Individual instances could be running out or mistakes. The sheer volume, however, is deliberate intent. So basically, she has been carefully siphoning. And as for Hecht, Saltuna, breeding files, and why they prefer Boston beans over plain Borstwurst. Okay, so turns out that she was siphoning money. Well, tut, tut, tut. We can't have that, can we? Right, let's go talk to Caleb again. That'll give him the leverage he needs to get these negotiations going. And then hopefully we can get somewhere. Hello, Bennett. I have no idea who you are, but I assume at some point you will be relevant. Up we go. Round we go. Caleb, hi.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
How about... Oh, Velma's threatening to replace you with sublight contractors.
Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay.
Fair enough. Also, okay, am I going to have to go talk to Velma instead and persuade her to come round?
I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
Aha!
I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but that still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends.
Weekends?
Oh, yeah!
Drop by the bar in Stellar Bay to knock a few back with the folks who had Saturdays off.
Don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyhow.
Knowing you, you'd sit and be alone with your thoughts.
Probably, yeah. Right, Velma! Velma, where are you? Velma? 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 Has anyone seen Velma? Anybody?
If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
I know that, I just can't see where in the back of the warehouse. No. Ah, there you are. Velma, hi!
I'll give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Not to mention corporate fraud.
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind.
I just might find it funnier.
Well, you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition.
Woman has a point.
Anyway, what do you folks need?
So, let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Well, you should say that. Caleb says that he's ready to keep up with prices around here.
Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat.
Okay, so why can't you just give him the rise?
Bits for it,
You
plain
don't.
and simple.
Except for those
Besides,
bits.
If I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone.
Or you could stop
Caleb
lifting
wants to
from the
keep this job,
company.
He'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
So there is a persuade option here. If you hire somebody just getting more control of your business, but you need persuade 100 for that. I saw your accounts. You've been skimming for years. You can afford to pay more.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show? I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another.
Okay, and what do you think Sanjar will say to that?
Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
Nope, that'll do the job just nicely. Thank you very much. Right, back to Caleb. Let's go and end this little dispute, get the cannery back in business, and Sublight don't even have to know that there were any little discrepancies, disputes, misunderstandings.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
Yeah, about that. Break time's over.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
She was investing. She's agreed to up your wages in exchange for my silence.
Well, I'll be a Raptidon's dinner. Reckon I ought to listen to gossip more often. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done.
You're
You and
welcome.
my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Yeah, you'd better do that. Congratulations, guys. Labor Relations 101. I probably could have handled that better at some point.
Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. As soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Oh.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. If anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
I think they're friends, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Next time, of course, we're back out into the wilds, not only to track down our missing Soltuna vet, for want of a better term, but also to chase down the information broker. Until then, farewell.